So we're currently living in a world where there's an insane amount of distractions. And even as I'm sat at my desk this morning trying to get work done, I've got emails popping up, news flashes, phone calls, and it is really difficult to stay focused sometimes. But quite some time ago, I actually made a decision to turn all the notifications off on my phone, except for phone calls, which has genuinely made my life much more peaceful. And I feel like I've been able to accomplish a lot more, but I still do get the urge and the temptation to pick my phone up. And I think that just shows how strong this stuff is. But I think if you're constantly allowing yourself to react and be distracted, then it's going to be really difficult to actually get things done. But I'm not here to try and preach to you guys about screen time or where you should be focused your attention, but I do think there's a lot of similarities to this in investing. There's always a new story, a new hot stock, a new trend that you need to jump on, otherwise you'll be missing out. And people often always just chase this noise. Recently it's felt like that's been SpaceX, but there is actually a name for this, and it's action bias. And it's the urge to essentially take action because sitting still feels wrong. But if you are changing direction every week, every month, even every year, then it's quite possible that you'll never actually get to where you want to go. And the best investors typically have a specific goal, and they'll find the simplest, the most straightforward, the most boring way to get there and just stick to it. And there's also some proper research on this. So there was two academics, it was back in the 90s, Barber and Odin, looked at 66,000 real investors' accounts. And they looked at those who were making the most active decisions, trading the most, and these people typically earned 11% returns. Now they compared this over the same period of time to the broader market, so the average market returns, which was closer to 18%. And it wasn't because these active traders were necessarily picking bad investments, but a lot of it was just purely the costs of buying and selling, a lot of these transaction fees. And of course, there will be market timing issues here as well, because nobody can consistently time the markets. But I do also appreciate that sometimes life genuinely changes. Your needs, your objectives will change, and the plan might need a rethink. And that's not reacting to noise, that's making a genuine decision. And yes, occasionally someone picks a stock which makes them a fortune, but that is much rarer than you probably think. So for the most part, boring and consistent beats trying to be clever, trying to stay busy all the time. And I genuinely think in this modern world with so much noise, the biggest skill is actually just being able to cut out the noise and stay disciplined. But yeah, as always, this is for educational purposes only. It's definitely not financial advice, but if you got any value from this video, then feel free to drop me a follow, and thank you for watching.